Dylan Gabriel is under fire once again, and this time, the heat is real. The quarterback, gearing up for his first NFL start, has reignited a storm by throwing subtle but unmistakable shade at Shadur Sanders. What began as friendly competition has quickly escalated into a full-blown rivalry, one that's playing out not just on the field but across social media, interviews, and headlines. Gabriel recently made headlines after indirectly calling out Shedeur, claiming that he doesn't care what others say in his defense, and emphasizing that he's more of a team-oriented player. Those words may seem harmless at first, but the context says otherwise. The spark was lit after Shadur Sanders delivered a viral mime interview, a silent but powerful response to critics like Rex Ryan, who accused him of not working hard enough. Rather than fire back with words, Shadeur's quiet performance spoke volumes. But Dylan Gabriel couldn't resist taking a jab, implying that Shadeur's focus wasn't truly on the team. From there, the tension exploded. Gabriel's remarks might have sounded polished, but the undertone was sharp. He spoke about competitors and entertainers, clearly separating himself from players he saw as showmen rather than true athletes. "I'm focused on competing," Gabriel said confidently. "There are entertainers and competitors, and my job is to compete." It was impossible not to read between the lines. This was a shot aimed squarely at Shadur Sanders. But here's where the story takes a twist. Instead of backlash, Gabriel's words were met with support. Sports analysts brushed off his comments as harmless, while fans gave him credit for staying focused. Yet, if Shedeur had said anything similar, the media would have gone into full meltdown mode. The headlines would scream arrogance. The talk shows would debate his character. The double standard couldn't be clearer, and that's what's infuriating so many people who are paying attention. It's not the first time this has happened. Earlier in the preseason, Dylan Gabriel had already taken shots at Shedeur, calling him more of an entertainer than a football player. The intent was obvious, to question Shadeur's seriousness, his work ethic, and his image. But once again, Gabriel's remarks were quickly brushed under the rug. The media moved on. No controversy, no heated debates, no endless analysis. Meanwhile, when Shedeur shows confidence or pushes back against unfair treatment, he's accused of being cocky or immature. So what gives? Why the double standard? Part of it comes down to perception. Shadur Sanders is a big personality. He's the son of Dillon Sanders, one of the most iconic and outspoken figures in sports history. That alone puts him under a microscope. Every move he makes, every quote he gives, becomes front-page news. People expect him to be perfect, humble, and loud all at once. And when he doesn't fit that impossible mold, the criticism comes flooding in. Dylan Gabriel, on the other hand, doesn't carry that same spotlight or legacy. His words get filtered through a lens of humility, while Shadeur's get twisted into arrogance. When Gabriel made his latest comments, sports host Colin Cowherd even rushed to defend him, insisting that Gabriel wasn't attacking Shedeur at all. "That was not a shot at Shadur Sanders," Cowherd said on air. "He was taking a shot at the media." But the problem with that explanation is obvious. The statement was too specific, too targeted to be misinterpreted. Gabriel said exactly what he meant, and everyone knew it. But somehow, the narrative shifted, and once again, the story became about protecting Gabriel instead of holding him accountable. Meanwhile, Shedeur has been trying to keep his head down and stay focused. Recently, he made a bold statement, saying he believes he's better than some of the quarterbacks currently playing in the NFL. Confidence? Absolutely. But arrogance? Not necessarily. Shedeur has been working hard, grinding behind the scenes, learning the ropes and waiting for his shot. His message wasn't about bragging, it was about believing in himself despite the roadblocks. "I'm just enjoying myself, learning, doing everything I have to do, and ready for my opportunity," he said. That's not arrogance, that's ambition. Yet critics like Rex Ryan didn't see it that way. In a recent interview, Rex took aim at Shedeur again, claiming he wasn't putting in enough effort. The tone wasn't constructive. It was harsh and dismissive, meant to provoke. It wasn't analysis, it was personal. But when Shadur finally responded with humor and grace through that silent mime interview, The same people who once mocked him suddenly accused him of being disrespectful. It's a lose-lose situation. Then came Dylan Gabriel's latest comments, and suddenly the spotlight shifted again, but not on him. Gabriel claimed he was focused on team momentum and not the circus around other players, clearly throwing more shade at Shedeur without naming him. Yet once again, the media stayed quiet. No outrage, no think pieces, no fiery debates, just silence. At this point, it's hard not to see the pattern. Dylan Gabriel gets praised for leadership when he takes shots at Shadur, but when Shadur defends himself, he's accused of being sensitive or selfish. The hypocrisy is obvious, and it's fueling an even bigger rivalry. Behind all the interviews and subtle jabs, this feud between Shadur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel is turning into one of the NFL's most intriguing storylines. It's no longer just about football. It's about pride, perception, and proving a point. For Gabriel, it's about showing he's the disciplined, team-first quarterback who puts work over flash. For Shedeur, it's about silencing the critics and showing that confidence and personality don't make you less of a leader. Both players have something to prove, but only one is being allowed to do it freely. And let's not pretend this is just about two young quarterbacks. It's about the system itself. The media's selective outrage has turned Shedeur into an easy target. Every time he speaks, people are waiting for a headline. Every time he stays quiet, they accuse him of being arrogant. It's a trap that's designed to keep him in check, and he knows it. But what's making this story even more powerful is that Shedeur isn't backing down. He's owning who he is, staying focused on his game, and letting his performance do the talking. As for Gabriel, his words may have sparked attention for now, but soon he'll have to back them up where it really counts, on the field. The tension between these two is growing, and fans can feel it. The next time they face each other, it won't just be another game. It'll be personal. Every throw, every touchdown, every glance will be loaded with meaning. In the end, this rivalry might come down to more than just talent. It's about who can handle the pressure, who can rise above the noise, and who can prove that their narrative isn't defined by the media. For Shadur Sanders, that's been the challenge all along, fighting against double standards, unfair criticism, and constant comparisons. For Dylan Gabriel, it's about proving that his confidence isn't just talk. So, who will rise above the noise? Who will silence the critics when it matters most? What do you think about this growing rivalry between Shadur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel? Is Dylan justified in calling out Shedeur, or is he just trying to distract from his own ambitions? Do you think the media treats Shedeur unfairly compared to other players? And when these two finally go head-to-head, who do you think will come out on top? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dive stories that reveal the truth behind the headlines.